Good morning, Terry. I'm just getting logged on to all the other devices here. There we go. How is everyone this morning? I think you might be the only one on. There's two of you on. So good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm gonna pull this back in here so you can see. We're gonna hang out here for half a second. Morning, Joyce. Half a second, and then we're gonna go ahead and get started today. Yeah, it's a hot one, isn't it? I actually love this weather, but I was just kind of shocked as I drove home on Saturday from our road trip, and how the further north I got, the hotter it got. So yeah, but I don't mind it. I think we're going to spend most of the afternoon at the pool today, so that excites me. So. Okay, I have some housekeeping items, and then I have my Just Cards class to show you. So the jars class, the sweet jar class, is still open, so you can register for this. It closes on the 26th, which is Thursday. So it is an 8-card class, 4 designs, 2 of each, and I did show you these the other week or so. So there's still time to get in on the jar bundle. It is a punch bundle. So what you get, and this one opens, this one's sort of like a fold like this. Actually, you could probably glue this shut and then use this as a gift card holder too. But anyway, so you get the card kit with all your bases and everything. Nothing will be stamped, but everything in it to create your cards. You'll get your ribbon. You'll get your pack of gems, and you'll get a half a pack of the DSP. So this one is still available until Thursday, the 26th. You can register for that. And just a reminder, here are 2 cards from last week that I used with the jar set too, just to give you some other ideas. I think I posted on Friday, Freebie Friday. I was busy. We had wedding Friday, so the wedding was Friday afternoon, so I was busy, and I think I tried to check everything. I will double check. But anyway, anybody who participates in Freebie Friday all month long gets a huge packet of the projects I make online. Hi, Georgia. Okay, so now that I rambled about that, let's do a few more housekeeping items. The All Sweet and Sweet bundles, buy one, get one, 50% off, is still going on until next week, the 30th. So just remember, as the lesser price item is what's going to be half off. So if you're going to buy, like, you can buy the whole collection and get half off. But if you're going to buy bits and pieces, you'll want to stack it and make sure you get the most for your money. Okay, and just a quick reminder, Stamp Fest 2.0 is happening on Saturday, October the 4th from 1 to 5 here in Littlestown. There will be a to-go option as well. More information is going to be out about that, so it's more fun, more stamping, and more connection. Registration for that would be coming out early August. Christmas in July. I got my goodies yesterday to start working on my Christmas in July class, so that's going to be coming up in July. Can you believe it's almost July? After July 4th, summer just goes so fast, and I think it's the fastest time of the year. You know, I personally can hardly wait for it to get here, and then when it does, it goes so fast. Anyway, so yes, Christmas in July next month, and then I'm going to do a whole week of summer camp stamping online, and I think I have the week picked for that. I'm going to clarify it. I got to check some dates with my family. And then I'm going to clarify it, so I will be going live Monday through Friday that week. There will be a Christmas in July class available that week, so keep your ears open for that for July. All right, for my Just Cards class, if you place a qualifying order, which a to-go order, it is a $35 order, and choose me as the demonstrator, then you can get this card kit. Nothing will be stamped, but unless you're local and we pick up. I cannot stamp items that I mail. So then you will get this card class that we did yesterday at class. Class was yesterday. And if you want to mark the date and save the date, July's class is Monday the 28th at 10 and 6. Okay. And there will be new online exclusives that we will probably be using in July's class. So here is the first card, and I used the Country Woods paper and also the Timeless Plaid paper for these. So the base of this one is Misty Moonlight. I cut it at 5.5, and then I think I cut 1 1/4 inch off. We're going to put the inside first. So we're going to use these 2 pieces of paper for the inside of the card. And I'm going to trim this up. It's just a little bit, I don't know that you would even see it, but I'm going to trim it if I can. There we go. And then we're going to layer that. Hello, Joan. There's our first inside. And then we're going to take this piece of DSP, and I'm going to have to trim this down a little bit. So hold on, let me go get my paper trimmer. Okay, so this is going to go right here like this. Which actually, this probably is my favorite print of the Country Woods. And the Country Woods is carried over from last year, so it's still available. There we go. And then we have our frames and our stamps. So this is called framed scenes. So you have this wood grain frame, die cut, and then it fits the paper. So let's stamp on the paper. We're going to stamp our lighthouse. Yeah. Okay, Pat. I get you. Yeah, you could use any scenery, really, if you have any scenery set. Because there's more than, I'm doing more than the lighthouse. There's 4 different scenes with this one. And there we go. And then I'm going to color in quickly. I don't know that I'm going to color all of them in, just for time's sake. But we could chat. Anybody have anything exciting going on over the weekend? Anybody staying cool? And those poor folks in Littlestown, I don't think they have electric yet. Any of you in Littlestown? I know there was Rochelle was here yesterday, and she lives in Littlestown, but she was going to her daughter's to keep her grandkids, so she was worried about her freezers, though, and rightfully so. They've been without power since Sunday afternoon. And I guess, I'm not sure why, and I'm not sure anybody said why, but I'm thinking it might be like, because everybody's running their air conditioners. I don't know. Which seems odd because I think, yeah, they haven't been out for a while. Okay, I'm going to try to see what color. Oh, let's do the roof of the house this color. I mean, we were out at last Tuesday, right after I did my live here, our power went out. But it was because they were working down here, and it wasn't the electric company either, and it was out almost all day last week. So I'm glad I got my live done last Tuesday before that happened, because you don't realize what actually you know, we all know we use electricity, right? But I guess we don't realize exactly how much we use it and what we use it for until you don't have it. because my cell phone needed charge, so I decided to run errands so that I could charge my phone in the car. I'm going to color these rocks here. And then I'm going to do a water reflection here. There's a little bit of reflection here in the water. So we're going to color the water blue. Except for that reflection part, and I'm going to make that light crumb cake. Yes, this is only one lighthouse in the set, but yeah, I love it. Okay, there we go. So there's our lighthouse. And now we're just going to add our frame. I'm going to use this so I don't get sticky all over everything. But this was last night, or yesterday's Just Cards class. So you can still get it to go if you want. You have to place your qualifying order, and then we will have your packets ready. And if you're local, I can stamp it for you, but if you're not, we can't mail images. So, per Stampin' Up's rules. Okay, so I just put dimensionals on there. I'm going to pop it up right there. I'm going to bring in the linen thread and do a double bow. And then we're moving on to the next one. It looks like people were having trouble with my thread last night, apparently. Okay, I just doubled this, and we're just going to do a bow. Okay, glue dots. Yeah, if you have another scenery set or another lighthouse set or a gardening set or anything like that, that would work well with this too. Okay, there we go. So there's your first project. Yes, the bundle is nice. Okay, the next one is the tree house. So here's our next project. So the base for this one is crumb cake, 5.5 by 8.5. Then we're going to use a piece of the Country Woods paper. You want it all? Well, you can place your order, Terry, and we'll do your to-go kit. And then I'm going to layer this piece of wood onto this piece of crumb cake, just to make it stand out a little bit. The wood DSP, I should say, not wood, wood DSP. And then let's layer it right here. Oh, that's crooked. And there you go. I cut out an oval. So we're going to stamp the tree house. And then add that to the oval. You get the oval too. I think there's 2 different ovals to use in the frames in the bundle. It is an online exclusive stamp. Okay, so let's do some greens here. I'm going to use Granny Apple Green for this one, I think. Let me use the brush end. Yes, it's a nice masculine class, which we need, because oftentimes we forget about that. There we go. And we're going to use some crumb cake for the branches. let's make the tree swing. I didn't even color the tree swing in the first one I did, but let's just make the little, there we go. We're gonna use dark green for the grass, darker green, apple green for the grass. And I'm gonna make this one right here too. There we go. And let's just make the porch. I didn't do a lot of coloring in that one for some reason. When I made the sample, I could have did the door. Okay. All right. You get the gist. You get the idea. I'm just going to do this quickly because I have two more. And Hannah's coming over and we're going to work on some things for the retreat in the box because it's scheduled to go out in the mail tomorrow. And they're going to swim later. So I want to get this done. And maybe I can get to the pool later. Okay, I'm going to cut this at an angle to make a banner. I'm going to pull this in here so you can see. I'm going to make this a banner. And then we're going to do the same for this one. Make this in a tad bit longer than that one. There we go. Okay, we're going to pop this up. I'm going to double layer this. Offset it though. We're going to offset this like that, and then I'm going to pop this up. And there we go. So there's the second card. Alrighty, we have another one. Okay, and this one we're going to use the Timeless Plaid paper. So I already cut this. So this is 5.5 by 8.5, and then I cut, like, I think it's 2 3/4 off of there. This piece is the inside of the card. Then I'm going to take the plaid paper and I'm going to layer it on a piece of vanilla. And this one is a little cottage scene. And then we're going to layer that onto the card front. So like that. Okay, so then we're going to have these 3 pieces. So here's our frame, and then we're going to back it with vanilla. So I'm going to do that now. I'm gonna line it up. There we go. And we're gonna add this to the card front, just the one side. And then we're gonna be stamping on the oval with the cottage scene. And there we go. So let's color this in quickly. Where's my olive marker? There it is. So anybody have anything exciting planned? Let's make sure, yeah. This one. And I'm going to use a darker green for the evergreens. Yeah, I love this one. Like I said, it's online exclusive, so it's not in the catalog. I'm going to take the gray and do the foundation of the house, and then the stones here. And then we're just going to use the light and dark crumb cake for the house. I'm going to use the dark here and the white for the windows. And then we're just going to fill in with the light crumb cake. I'm doing a pretty quick job here, guys. Not too meticulous. There we go. So there's your house. Now we're just going to pop that up. And then that card is done. I actually probably could have did them all with the lighthouse, but because I love lighthouses, but these other scenes are cute too. There we go. So there's that one. One more, and then we're done. So this one is sort of the arched bridge. So the base of this one is crumb cake again. And then we have a piece of timeless plaid that we're going to put there. But I'm going to stamp, well, let's go ahead and put that down. Then I'm going to stamp the happy birthday. So yes, you can place your order and you'll get your card kit. We're going to be working on those today and tomorrow as well. There's your happy birthday, and then we're going to layer that onto the card front. Okay, we're going to be stamping on here with Memento. There we go. And we're going to do a quick color. Where's the other one? I thought I wanted to use granite, but it looks like I have a light here. There's light granite. Is this dark granite? Yeah. Let's use a dark granite here for the bridge. And for the rocks. Okay, we're going to bring the blue for the water. Green for the grass. I think I'm using Granny Apple for this. And then we'll use Old Olive for the trees. And you really don't need to color these either. You can actually just stamp them in a solid color for just sort of like an outline as well. I've seen them do that with that, but I don't know. I don't mind coloring. I just try to hurry when I'm coloring online for everybody, because you don't want to be here all day. Or maybe you do want to be here all day. There's always something to do, right? Okay, so then let's use the tree branches, or the tree parts there. All right, so there we go. So there's your covered bridge. Oh, it's not a covered bridge, it's an arched bridge. And then we're gonna layer that. And these, I use the Nested Essential dies for this one. So we're just gonna layer those together. And then pop it up. I think these guys are still with me. Nobody's commenting, so I hope. Let me check here. I can only see this computer from here. Okay. I don't think there's any more comments coming. Okay, I'm gonna pop this up right here. I should have stamped that just a tad bit higher, but you'll get the idea, like this one. See how it's just a little bit higher? Okay, so there are the just cards. So let's pull those all in so you can see them. There we go. So this is my Just Cards class for June. If you place your qualifying order by the 27th, you're still here. Okay, good. You can get your card kit. If you're local, they'll be stamped for you. If you're not, I have to mail them. I mean, I can't stamp and mail them per Stampin' Up! Rules. But yeah, okay guys. Well, thanks for joining me. The jar class ends on the 26th as well. Yeah, you love the plaid, the timeless plaid paper. It's still available. I think it's on the last chance list, but I think it's still, there's still some available. At least it was when I was designing the class. So, all right guys, have a great Tuesday. Stay cool. Hopefully your electric will be fine. And hopefully those people in Littlestown will get their electric back soon. But yeah, stay cool, and I will be back Thursday with some more fun projects. Okay, thanks for joining.